Hello all, today we will be unwrapping smear campaigns. Mudslinging Mayhem, when folks fling dirt 'cause they can't dig deep. By Diane, spiritual rebel, truth teller, and woman who refuses to be dragged into anyone's emotional compost pile. Picture this. You're cruising along on your spiritual journey, feeling all zen, when suddenly, bam, someone launches a smear campaign against you. It's like a spiritual rite of passage, right up there with your first heartbreak, your awakening, and that moment you realized intuition was just a fancy word for gossip. A smear campaign? Oh, that's just when someone refuses to deal with their own mirror reflection, so they decide to give yours a funhouse twist. It's as old as time itself, predictable as a soap opera plot twist. And once you spot the signs, it's as transparent as a ghost in a glass house. So let's dissect this with a sprinkle of humor, a pinch of clarity, and a sassy spiritual side-eye. Why folks dive into smear campaigns? Because let's face it, growing pains are real. Looking in the mirror, even trickier, and accountability. Darling, for some, it's like trying to decipher alien chatter. These drama-filled campaigns tend to spring from people who cut and pull your strings, cut and play you like a fiddle, can't knock on your door anymore, can't bear to see you soar without their nod. So instead of climbing the ladder, they dive into the shadows, spreading whispers, sprinkling half-truths, and spinning yarns of events that are purely mythical. Think of it as spiritual fan fiction with a side of sass. The folklore of smearing. This behavior is older than dirt. In ancient Rome, politicians smeared each other with wild stories about goats, wine, and questionable morals. In medieval villages, gossip was considered a form of social spell work, a way to curse someone without touching them. In Celtic lore, the shadow tongue was the act of twisting someone's name or story to weaken their standing. Even in biblical texts, characters get smeared left and right because humans have always struggled with envy and projection. So if someone's smearing you, congratulations. You're re-participating in a very old human tradition of being misunderstood by people who refuse to grow. The spiritual truth behind smear campaigns are not about you. They're about the story someone needs to tell themselves to avoid facing their own shadow. You become the screen onto which they project. Their insecurities, their jealousy, their unhealed wounds, their fear of irrelevance. You re not the villain in their story. You re the mirror they're rerunning from. How spiritually awake people handle smear campaigns with grace, with boundaries, and with the kind of unbothered energy that drives the smear artist absolutely wild. Because here's the secret. When someone tries to bury you, they forget you're a seed. You don't fight the mud dot, you grow through it. What smear campaigns reveal, they reveal. Who is loyal, who is gullible, who is bored. Who's threatened, who is watching you more closely than they admit. They also reveal your own evolution. Because the moment you stop defending yourself and start living your truth louder, the smear campaign collapses under its own weight. To everyone orchestrating the mudslinging marathons, every shadow you toss onto someone else boomerangs back to you. Just like in the ancient Thales, where every action swings back like a pebble plunked into a mystical pond. Every lie you tell about someone else becomes a truth you eventually meet in yourself. That's not a threat. That's spiritual physics. And for all the folks getting smeared, take heart. No shadow spoken against you can dim a light that was lit by the divine. Truth has a way of outlasting every whisper. Need more help? Check out the pros, healers, and spiritualists. Thanks for watching. DPC.